I would really like to see more women, more minorities in the space. So that's something that I'm really actively striving. Kind of part of my message to other women is like, come on, it's okay, right? We're safe. You know, we want you here. Please come join us. Yeah, so it's funny, I've been telling the story wrong, I guess, for the last 6 months, because I just learned something yesterday that was completely true and I had forgotten. So what I thought happened, in 2014, I was dating a guy who had just kind of gotten into crypto. And he said, let's exchange Valentine's gifts that you can only buy using Bitcoin, which was really, really hard to do. And he cheated, and he already found a flower shop that would send me flowers. I thought I bought us plane tickets. That turned out that was the next year. I'd completely forgotten. I definitely did not. Couldn't find anything. I couldn't find him anything legal that I could send him that he would want. So I got him nothing that year. I was apparently a terrible girlfriend. I'm surprised he stuck around. But I did buy a bunch of Bitcoin that year. I was like, I gotta buy him something. So I loaded up my Coinbase account, and then I forgot about it for 4 years. I forgot about it until 2018, and all of a sudden you start hearing about it. It's everywhere, right? Crypto's going up. This is amazing. And I thought, I should buy some of that. And so I logged into my Coinbase account, and there it was. And then I was like, okay, that worked really well. I need to start paying more attention to this. And that was when I started actively really participating more than I had been at that point. It was around the time I met the guy who's now my boss. His name is Peter Vesnes. He's amazing. He's been a friend of mine for many years before he was my boss. And I just peppered him with crypto questions constantly, right? Because he's been in the space since 2009. He's a complete OG. And I said, should I buy this one? Should I buy that one? And he'd say yes or no, or send me the white paper, whatever it was. And I made decisions based on what he told me. And so he called me up about 6 months ago. He said, you're so well networked. I'm looking for an assistant. Do you know anyone who's looking for an assistant job? And I said, I got this one girl, but she has the same name as your wife. And he said, bad idea. He's like, I can only have one Chelsea, right? That's fair. And I said, okay, well, I'll do it. And he says, you're an engineer, right? You're not going to be happy checking my email for the next 10 years. I don't think this is the job for you. And he hung up, and he called me back about 3 days later. And he's like, if you could do investment relations and investment management, I got a job for you. And I moved to Seattle about 10 days later and took the job and got to meet the team. And now I'm running our San Francisco office. So I do half investor relations and half investment management. So we are raising Fund 2 right now. So I'm trotting around the globe, talking to family offices, talking to high net worth individuals. So that's half my job. And the other top is talking to startups, right? Who's building what? Why is it cool? How are you doing it? And I guess maybe there's a third job there too, which is helping them once we have invested. What connections of mine are useful for them? We've helped re-architect projects, getting them tech press. So I guess I kind of have 3 jobs. I think one thing I really want to do is I want to empower, first of all, my startups, but second of all, women and other minorities in the blockchain space, or maybe who aren't in the blockchain space yet, right? You walk into a room at a crypto conference and it kind of is all one color, one gender. And I would really like to see more women, more minorities in the space. So that's something that I'm really actively striving for. I have to tell you, I haven't had a whole lot of that. It's actually been fairly, I think the space is more inclusive than people would expect. I've been very welcomed. I think that was a surprise for me, and I think that might have been part of why I resisted for as long as I did, is I didn't think it would be female friendly. But people have been very welcoming to me, and I think that's kind of part of my message to other women is like, come on, it's okay, right? We're safe, we want you here, please come join us. So that's been a big push for me. And I think part of it is just seeing more women in the space makes it feel like it's not necessarily a boys' club. It depends what they need. I love female founders. I did before I was in crypto. So I love, and I think it starts with education too, right? I like, getting young girls involved in technology and coding. And like, no, again, because when I was little, I was an engineer for 17 years. I didn't really know there were female engineers, right? That wasn't how they were portrayed in movies or on TV. And so I didn't necessarily realize that was a job I could do someday. So I think part of it is just being as visible as I can possibly be, right? Where it's like, hey, we are here too, right? So come join us. Like I said, it's a safe space, I promise. So I think we've got a portfolio company called the XX Network that I'm a big fan of. They've got some cool things. They haven't launched quite yet, but we're getting there. We're getting quite close. And I think with them, it's just been, how can I utilize my network to help them, right? Like I said, I've been in Silicon Valley for a long time. I know a lot of people. Then they needed help. We were working on getting in an exchange listing for them, right? We were working on finding press outlets for them to talk to. Trying to figure out Asian markets for them. We have an office in Beijing. And so helping them bring their project over to China, because there are 1.2 billion people in China who should absolutely be using this product. So that we've really I have a call with them every day for 30 to 60 minutes, and it's just, how can I help you? What do you need?